All right, here's a short video about Charlie Kirk. Everybody's talking about Charlie Kirk. But Charlie Kirk was he was assassinated. And, it's something like World War One began with an assassination. And, it's a big problem for a person to be very good and to be, you say, successful as you make yourself a target for a lot of people. Abraham Lincoln assassinated. Kennedy was assassinated. And here, this Charlie Kirk was a very positive person, a very, you know, intellectual and intelligent person, even though you didn't really have to be very intelligent to talk against these woke people because they have absolutely no intelligence whatsoever behind their arguments. But nevertheless, he had the intelligence to know what to say and how to say it. And of course, he had a lot of help from God that he, let people talk, and he had patience with them, and etc. And said exactly the right things, and he inspired a lot of people to, to not feel that they're, not be intimidated by this woke thing. Which I mean, just in a short way, woke is death. Woke is death. Woke is death. They're against birth. They're against family. They're against society. They're against common sense. It's just a pure death movement. That's all. That's why they're for the Hamas. Okay, but that's not my point. So he was very successful, amazingly successful in being a soldier, a general, to fight against this insane death movement, which is called woke. But I saw a video by him, and I've heard him say other things also. Where they asked him, "What would you do if 1 minute you know you were going to die in another minute, another half a minute? What would you do? What would you do?" And he said, "I would give myself over to JC Yeshu." In Judaism, we don't say, Christ or Jesus, because it's idolatry. Why is it idolatry? What is idolatry? Idolatry is worshiping anything other than the Almighty Creator who's creating us and who took the Jews out of Egypt. That's the Ten Commandments. First of the Ten Commandments, I am God, took you out of Egypt. Second commandment, you shouldn't have any other gods. And the fourth commandment is God created the heavens and the earth. 6 days created them. That's the only God you're allowed to worship. And like I said before, that in English it's called Yeshu. In Hebrew it's called Yeshu. His name is Yeshu. That Yeshu definitely was a son of God. He was a Jew, but he was not the son of God. He was not the son of God. And even if he was the son of God, you can't worship him. You can only worship. Okay. Anyway, so they said, "What would you do in the last moment of your life?" He said something very shocking, and I know that this is true, but to hear it coming from the mouth of such an intelligent and successful and well-grounded person is a shocking thing. He said, "I would give myself over to Yeshu, because anyone who does that is saved." And it doesn't, and he said, "And it makes no difference what good deeds you did. What good deeds you did makes no difference. Only thing that makes a difference is if you believe and give yourself over to this person." Now, this is a very shocking sentence. First of all, it's not true. It's definitely not true. Secondly, it is idolatry. What God himself can't help you. You have to have this person. God is far away. You have to this person. And not only that, what does it come down to be that if really this is true, let's say you have, Genghis Khan, Adolf Hitler, somebody killed millions of people, but 1 minute before he dies, he says, "I accept on myself, this person, he's saved." So it means it makes no difference how bad you were. You just believe in this one person, then you're saved. And if you don't, you're not saved. Okay, first of all, what does it mean saved from what? What are you saved from? There's this tremendous obsession about we are all sinners and we're going to go to hell. We're going to go to hell. And if you do that, you're going to go to heaven. In other words, it's a new type of selfishness which is promoted by that religion, that makes a person believe in himself. So that's like a further type of idolatry. You're believing in yourself. I'm thinking about myself all the time, day and night, thinking about myself. I want to be saved. I don't want to, I am guilty. I am a sin around it. Okay, man is good. Man is made in the image of God. We are not basically sinners. That is a big lie. And if you do sins, then your deeds will rectify you. Not this person believing in a person. That's another lie. God is not far away. God is infinitely close. The seven Noahide commandments. The first of them is to believe only in the creator of the universe. Seven Noahide commandments is for all mankind. And one of the promises is in this week's Haftorah also, that in the end, that Mashiach will eradicate Christianity. He'll eradicate. People will only believe in the creator of the universe. Now, don't get me wrong. I spoke once to the Lubavitcher Rebbe personally. The first time I went into the Lubavitcher Rebbe, because I read the Gospels and I was very troubled by this. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe personally told me that all of the truth that is found in the Gospels comes from the Torah. And you must forget about this totally, which I did until just recently. Once in a while, somebody says something and it just really arouses. So we have about 2.5 billion people in the world that believe in a false idea that God is far away, false ideas. God is far away. Man is basically bad, and that the world is basically bad. We have to go to heaven. Those are three big lies that this religion is based on. And as a result, it comes out that everybody's always guilty. We're all sinners. Everyone's always afraid. We're going to go to hell. Right? And everybody hates, because the rabbis in Judaism say that Yeshua was idolatry. You shouldn't listen to him. If so, the rabbis, they're the big enemies. They're trying to keep us away from heaven. They're going to put us into hell. So it's based on hatred of the rabbis. In the Gemara in Gittin, it says that's one of the reasons that Yeshua is being punished. It says he's boiling in hell. Not a nice thing to say, but that's what it says, because he taught to hate the rabbis. And it's unnecessary. So let's stop this hatred. Let's stop this guilt. Let's stop this fear. Let's believe only in the creator of the universe. Then everyone will see how much God loves us. That's what the Jewish people are chosen for, to tell the world how much God loves each and every individual person. He creates every person. Have a good day with Mashiach now.